Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today we decided that we have to learn how to use that power of paying attention. So that means having the power to transform and transcend the conscious attention that we need to pay to a lot of things in our life. Right? So for that to start, let's just take a deep breath in. Inhale and exhale slowly. Let your body settle in. Let your awareness be around you, here and now, fully present. So, today we are going to be talking, as I said, about something very simple, yet deeply powerful. And what is it? It's the way we give attention. Our attention is sacred. Everything we do in this space is divine and sacred. So is our attention. Why? Because it's the bridge between presence and understanding, between connection and the core. So if you have the presence, your understanding of a situation would be better. And if you connect, you reach the deepest core not only of yourself, but out to the other who may be in need for attention. It could be physical attention, that means to your own mind and body. It could be relationships. It could be social. It could be spiritual. How much attention are you giving to yourself? Yeah. So, most of us, we reactively pay attention. Only when something, calls out loudly to it. We may not be able to be, listening and paying attention accordingly. So, for true healing, when does that begin? When we learn to be proactive, positive, and give the appropriate attention to others, to situations, and to ourselves. Right? So when you offer conscious attention, you're not just looking, you are listening with presence. You are recognizing the unspoken, the subtle, and the real need between or beneath appearances, not only in people, in situations, and even within yourself. How many of you relate to this? That we need to understand that unspoken, the subtle, the real need beneath, all kinds of appearances. Somebody may be appearing to be very happy. But if you listen, pay attention, maybe you notice the eyes. There's a sadness in them. Maybe you see the body. There is a droop in it. Maybe the way they are talking to you, they may sound happy, but something is missing. Right? So all these elements, this is just another small example. Right? So when we give conscious attention, maybe that person who's come there, if you just ask, is everything okay? That concern itself conveys a lot, unless it is out of sheer gossip and curiosity, which we are not. We don't want to indulge in that kind of attention giving, right? So when we give conscious attention, we move beyond what is being said and we sense what is really being felt. This awareness, what does it do? It helps create a deeper understanding and it transforms relationships and your own inner peace and inner self also. Right? So, if I give you a few examples, let's say you notice that your child has been quiet lately. Now, child doesn't mean just a small one, it could be an older one, not talking too much. Instead of thinking and assuming that they are fine, if you go up to your child and in a very soft tone say, don't ask, is everything okay? If you just say, I'm there for you if you want to talk, or I'm there for you whenever you're ready to talk, that gives that awareness. It becomes a kind of healing attention, which means the child knows that yes, I can reach out to my parent. I can reach out when I'm really बहुत भर जाऊं and I'm not able to handle it anymore. I can talk because everybody thinks that they can handle everything. But if you give that feeling of trust, the faith, and your belief in the other person, that means your own child, no matter what it may be, that gives them the courage, right? Let's say with your partner. Now she may be very preoccupied, little distracted, little stressed maybe once a while. And that may not be for one day, maybe it's carrying on for a number of days. So instead of getting irritated, or instead of reacting or withdrawing, fine, if he's not going to give me time, I don't care. Or if he's not going to talk to me, I can't force him. We do have such reactions, right? Look at them. Maybe you see those tired eyes. Maybe you see a little bit of, a different kind of concern in their body or in their eyes. You can just offer a listening ear instead of probing too much. Again, that I'm there. If I can help you in any way, just let me know. And you know that I will stand by you no matter what it is. This is giving attention with love and not judging them. Not any kind of judgment. It may be anything, but the support that you give, and that only comes when you pay attention. Right? Let's talk about your in-laws or your elders. You notice that they start repeating stories and they express the same concerns again and again. Not only about the stories, but even the concerns. It may be the same and they keep coming back to you. So instead of impatience and getting irritated, oh my God, there she goes again, or there I have to listen to this rubbish again. It's not rubbish. Just by listening to them, what are you doing? You are making them feel that they are heard. Remember, as you keep growing older, the isolation of life takes over. You may just have your partner with you. Children are busy with their own lives. You are not out socially so much. Relatives also are equally busy with their own lives. Communication may come less. Lots of things happen. But in that, when you are around, and even if they are repeating the same story, instead of getting irritated, even if they are, sort of showing the same concerns, instead of getting irritated, if you just give them their listening presence, your listening presence, yeah, I'm there, I'm there, yeah, I understand, I agree, and, maybe offer a solution, even if you've already offered it, Remember, their minds are also slowing down. So, what are you doing? You're giving them that value that, yeah, I'm being heard. And what kind of attention is that? That is respectful attention. So, loving attention, respectful attention, healing attention. We've talked of three angles of attention, right? So, let's say you're very close with your friends, maybe a particular friend. You've grown up together, you've shared lots of things together, and maybe as life goes by, things would naturally be different for both of you because your life and their life may be different. It can't be parallel as it was in school or maybe in college. And then when someone drifts away or behaves differently, instead of just assuming that they are disinterested, if they're not interested, why should I bother? If they don't care, I don't care. You see my shoulders, the way they're moving? That comes from a space of ego. So instead of just thinking that they are disinterested, if you value that relationship and it is important to you, just reach out gently. Maybe it may be after a gap of a couple of days, weeks, months. Just say, I wanted to check. You've been on my mind. Is everything all right? Let's meet. Or whatever, even if they continue to give excuses, say, okay, fine, never mind. Whenever you're ready, I'm there for you. I've always been and I will be. Now, what is that? That is empathetic attention. You're giving them that feeling that, yes, maybe it is something that they are dealing with and they want to deal with it on their own. Maybe it was something you said or did which may have hurt them. You don't know it. But you reached out. So they'll know that, yeah, fine, maybe I'm imagining too much. Maybe I need to reach out too. Does that make sense? Anyone? Okay, thank you. Yeah. And when you sense someone's silence too much around you, instead of ignoring it, again, you can just ask, a colleague at work or even your helper in the house, suddenly, she's behaving differently. Are you okay? This is all attention, right? So, same thing when your own body shows signs of fatigue or imbalance of any kind. Instead of suppressing it, see what you need to do. Just listen to it, talk to it, talk to your body. Go in that space where it tells you that I need attention too. Maybe it is to balance your food, balance your diet, balance your walks, exercise, activity, maybe even enjoying yourselves, not to get into a depressive mode. The body and the mind also talk to you. Are you listening? You as you. Are you listening? And that is divine attention. I've given you so many forms of attention today, right? Same thing in your spiritual practice, your metaphysical practices, whatever you're learning. Are you applying it? Or are you just doing it, from your conscious mind and just whenever you're told, let's say like in radical, that yes, say these affirmations and you say, okay, fine, I'll say them. But you're speaking them, you're not listening to them because you're not allowing it to enter your subconscious mind. So even in your spiritual practice, when your thoughts wander, bring them back with awareness, lovingly. That's a different form of attention, and I call it sacred attention for your inner self. So with so many forms of attention that you have, That is what the attention chakra has been telling us all the time. Listen to it. Yeah? Listen to your attention chakra. Okay? So let's try and listen to it today and transform and transcend all that we may be ignoring in our space. So close your eyes. Let's just center ourselves, sit comfortably. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. With each breath, feel yourself softening, becoming more present. Notice your breath as it flows in and flows out. Breathe in, breathe out. Gently bring your awareness to your heart space in the center of your chest. Imagine a soft, warm light glowing there, expanding gently with each breath. This is the light of your conscious attention. This light of conscious attention, it listens, it understands, it heals. Let this light expand with love, grace, joy, happiness, care, and integrity. Let this light expand around you, within you, connecting you to everything and everyone that you care for. And as this light expands, invoke your healing masters, healing guides, healing angels, your higher consciousness, radical consciousness, love consciousness, prosperity consciousness, your teachers, mentors, gurus, and guides. Seek their alliance, seek their partnership, seek their blessings, seek their support. As you expand this conscious attention within you, in your journey forward, while you continue to connect to the superconsciousness and the prime resource energy. Collect all your personal thoughts and emotions wherever they are in the universe. See them centering you, entering you, and getting integrated. And when you feel centered and integrated, take another deep breath and recite with me or after me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my indifference by choosing conscious attention. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my indifference by choosing conscious attention. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my indifference by choosing conscious attention. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my old patterns of ignoring. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my old patterns of ignoring. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my old patterns of ignoring. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my tendency to overlook those who need me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my tendency to overlook those who need me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my tendency to overlook those who need me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my need to prove my worth by withdrawing. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my need to prove my worth by withdrawing. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my need to prove my worth by withdrawing. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt for moments of inattentiveness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt for moments of inattentiveness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt for moments of inattentiveness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of reactive attention. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of reactive attention. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of reactive attention. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of being misunderstood when I care deeply. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of being misunderstood when I care deeply. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of being misunderstood when I care deeply. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my resistance to being fully present. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my resistance to being fully present. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my resistance to being fully present. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my past patterns that taught me to ignore. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my past patterns that taught me to ignore. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my past patterns that taught me to ignore. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my inherited tendency to avoid emotional death. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my inherited tendency to avoid emotional depth. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my inherited tendency to avoid emotional depth. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my urge to escape discomfort through detachment. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my urge to escape discomfort through detachment. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my urge to escape discomfort through detachment. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my hesitation to listen deeply. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my hesitation to listen deeply. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my hesitation to listen deeply. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my belief that strength means not caring too much. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my belief that strength means not caring too much. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my belief that strength means not caring too much. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my reluctance to give attention where it matters most. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my reluctance to give attention where it matters most. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my reluctance to give attention where it matters most. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my tendency to see only the obvious. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my tendency to see only the obvious. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my tendency to see only the obvious. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of postponing awareness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of postponing awareness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of postponing awareness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of discovering the truth beneath appearances. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of discovering the truth beneath appearances. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of discovering the truth beneath appearances. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my association of attention with control. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my association of attention with control. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my association of attention with control. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my blindness to subtle emotional cues. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my blindness to subtle emotional cues. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my blindness to subtle emotional cues. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my old conditioning that equated ignoring with freedom. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my old conditioning that equated ignoring with freedom. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my old conditioning that equated ignoring with freedom. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt linked to neglect of myself and others. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt linked to neglect of myself and others. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilt linked to neglect of myself and others. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my ignorance of my body's messages. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my ignorance of my body's messages. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my ignorance of my body's messages. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of overlooking the love around me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of overlooking the love around me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my habit of overlooking the love around me. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of intimacy that blocks connections. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of intimacy that blocks connections. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear of intimacy that blocks connections. With soul's love, I transform and transcend into conscious, compassionate, and complete awareness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend into conscious, compassionate, and complete awareness. With soul's love, I transform and transcend into conscious, compassionate, and complete awareness. Take a slow, deep breath in and exhale completely. And now gently bring your palms together over your heart. Feel the gratitude for this growing awareness within you. And just say to yourself, may my attention be my offering. May my awareness be my prayer. May I listen not just with my ears. May I give attention, not to control. In giving attention, may I remember that I am giving energy, I am giving life. And if in every moment of true attention, may I transform and transcend into the calm witness, the loving giver, and the awakened being that I am. So be it. Remember, attention is the highest form of love. Where your attention flows, life expands. Where your awareness rests, peace grows. The more consciously you pay attention to your children, your partner, your elders, your friends, your body, your spirit, the more harmony you create around you. Remember that attention heals, awareness liberates, presence transforms. Carry this into your day-to-day life, in all your relationships, and in every interaction that you have. Take a final deep breath in, exhale gently, and when you're ready, slowly open your eyes, rub your palms, massage your face, your scalp, your arms, your body, your legs, Feel yourself being grounded completely and come back in the here and now. Take your time. Any thoughts, any feelings, any emotions, any reactions, any experiences that you had while we did the recitation, if you'd like to share?
Good
Thank
morning,
you,
ma'am.
Aarti.
Thank you, Sagari. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that what you said about attention was so pertinent because that's what we are looking for. And in today's world, where everything is moving so quickly, I think it was a good reminder for me, especially, because when you're talking to someone, oftentimes they're on their cell phone. And so are we, for that matter.
Yes.
So I think, this is sort of an excellent reminder. Thank you so much.
Right. We keep saying that the world is disconnected, everybody is just following their own life and role. But again, it comes back to the same thing. The life will keep on changing, evolving, and growing in a pattern which is the requirement of a tomorrow. But the attention, that is a foundation. If that we keep with ourselves and keep passing it on as a kind of guide, as a kind of awareness and our love to others, we would awaken in them that feeling that I may need to give attention further too. And that can create that chain and that link that seems to be kind of fading out. So I think you are right, Sagari. It is a reminder and a very pertinent one. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I have an experience. Say this happened over a period of time since ever since I've gotten into radical and all. It does take time,
Mhm.
because I have my sessions and things to attend, and I have a very very dear and close friend,
Mhm.
and we've been literally very thick.
Mhm.
And she is very busy, so it was that since I had time, I would adjust to her timings.
Mhm.
But ever since I got started to get busy, she could not adjust to that, and she felt that I was not there for her or not giving her attention. So
Mhm.
much so we went for a holiday, and well, it was not a very mm, good experience for me because I didn't know which space she was coming from, and I was very hurt. So I came back, I went to the open house because it was not something I wanted to continue with.
Mhm.
And I took a reading, and what came out was that she wants my attention. I
Right.
could never have thought of that because she gets, attention from A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
So I thought कि नहीं अब जरूरत मेरी इतनी, so fine. So hurting, of course, and then just started taking, little steps to give her attention,
Mhm.
and today it's as if nothing happened. We
Awesome.
are back to where we were.
Right.
And of course, it's thanks to the radical reading. I went on to my world, my mirror. I went to open house, not once, more times. And it's just too beautiful. Just that little attention that I started giving her
Right.
brought us back.
Awesome. That's really great, Seema. Thank you for sharing this because I think it's like a wake-up call for all of us, where this is a practical example that we have in front of us. And yes, Seema, you thought because I am busy now, when she was busy, I was, there for her. Now I am busy and she's complaining. The point is not that. The point is that everything is just there. It only needs to be tweaked a little so that everything kind of falls into the new pattern of life as it is setting up. That there is an understanding at both and mutual understanding that, okay, if today you say, I'm sorry, I don't have time, the other person should be able to understand that. That, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm very
It's
busy.
totally there now. It
Yeah,
is okay. This is your time. You're busy till 8:15 in the morning. Okay, we'll talk after that.
Yeah. So you see, the brilliance that came out of you not paying attention to her was the understanding of, the awareness of what was needed. And Radical guided you beautifully towards that. Thanks to Radical, thanks to Atman, and thanks to everyone. And that we keep doing in our space. If we keep doing it with awareness, there is no reason that we will not continue to find our solutions, our answers, our meaning, our depth, our wisdom, our integrity. Thank you, Seema, for this example. Thank you so much. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. Manisha here. Good morning, ma'am. It was a much needed and wonderful recitation, but I just needed one clarification, or I need to share, you can say that, and need your guidance. Because at times I've experienced this myself that I mean, we come across lot many kind of people.
Mhm.
So at times being too involved and completely attentive also drains us, because at times we just need to be present, giving them company, but too not too involved energetically, because I have seen I get drained because there are too complaining, too many kind of exchanges are there which are not to be imbibed. So this I wanted to need a clarification from my end. I mean,
So, why is there a need to overcompensate? You should be able to now define in your space that, okay, this much and no further. If there's a constant complaint about one particular way of doing things, or you are not doing this, you were doing it earlier. Yeah, I'm not doing it because you need to start doing it yourself now.
no, no, ma'am. It's not only about related to us. It is about they sharing about their own. I mean, simple chat, but a person having tendency to complain about each and everything around them, and likewise.
But
So too
that's
much.
yeah. So that is their story. So don't get
Yeah,
entangled in it. No,
yeah, this is right.
if you see it objectively, okay, that's their story. You can
Hmm.
put not a stop. Maybe they want a listening ear. Of course, everybody does. But if it is a pattern where they are repeating the same thing over and over again, and here I'm talking of youngsters, I'm not talking of the seniors. Seniors, we have to give that margin. They will continue with the same pattern. They can't stop it. They have that tendency, because that is their only connect with the real world. And they feel if they keep telling you about it, it is their way of, sort of being there present in the moment. So that margin we have to give them. But if somebody is in a constant habit of complaining, you can decide how much of it you want to listen to and very kindly, kind of put an end to it and say, you can say maybe you have other things to do, not ignoring, listening, I understand, etc., whatever is needed. But need to move on. If you need to give them guidance, fair enough. But if you don't want to give them guidance, because then that will become a pattern, you have to decide how much this far and no further means for you. And secondly, don't get entangled in their story, because they are coming from their space, their perceptions, their expectations, their judgments, their regrets, their happiness, their joy, not yours. Don't make it part of you. Don't take up that energy all the time. If you have a tendency to get involved, and then learn how to detach, that there is attachment, but how to detach from it also. Yeah, Manisha, does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. This is what I wanted to share. And
Yeah, thanks for your example. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share any thoughts?
Hi, ma'am. Ramandeep here.
Hi, Ramandeep. Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. I think all the statements were so deep and so moving, especially the one, which said that my tendency to, I don't want to go deeper because I don't want to know certain truths, especially with close ones. Like with children, also, sometimes I just want to ignore because I feel if I start talking, they might just come up with something, that I don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
So,
We shouldn't avoid. The truth is the truth. Actually, if
yeah.
it is a painful truth also, it helps us grow better, because then we know how to look for the brilliance in it. If we keep avoiding it, then we are building it up further and further, which can blow up into something that is not needed at all. So there are, suppose, a partner is very, busy, or he looks stressed or something, and things are not seeming right. You do go to him and ask him, okay, what's wrong? And suppose he's a businessman, he says, I've had a major drawback and it's been a downfall, and we are literally going to live just by, hand to mouth. I'm just giving a very exaggerated example. Hand to mouth now for the next 1 year or so. I don't know how to do it. So if that is a very, very painful truth. Now,
Yes.
if he knows that my wife doesn't have the capability of listening to him, can you imagine the amount of strain he will go on taking on himself? Maybe borrow money from others to provide for the family. Maybe, take so much of strain that it physically affects his health. So then what do you do? Yes, I agree, it's okay, thank you. And what do you do? So that creates more stress. Now, suppose if something like this, he shares that this is what has happened and he knows his partner is with him, we'll get through this together. 4 रोटी की जगह 2 रोटी खानी ना, कर लेंगे, ये नहीं करेंगे, वो कर लेंगे, whatever it is needed. And yes, it means it's going to be tough times for you, which you can further explain to your children that, okay, this has happened, but it's a temporary phase. You also learn with us, let's get into this together. You see the reaction, the children will also, of course, they will also have, reactions. That means we can't do this, we can't do that. Yeah, no problem. We can't have international holidays, let's say for the next 2 years. So what? We'll do it after that. Or we'll do this, or we'll do that. So the understanding and their learning of how to live life becomes better because you chose the brilliance in the situation to move forward. So yeah, you're right. You should never try and hide away. If there is some truth which comes out, which is going to be scary, so that is not a right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you, Raman.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful to all of you. When you share these examples or you ask questions, it expands the whole content so that the understanding becomes better and deeper for all of us, including me. So yeah, thank you, Ramandeep, also. Thank you so much. Yes,
Thank you,
Nigda.
ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
As the recitation was going on, my daughter was also crying simultaneously, asking for attention. I said, okay, I want to give attention to the recitation as well as you. I'm not sure how divided the attention was, but I think I stayed with both. So, if you have any more insight to provide on that,
So,
like now that I have two kids and a lot of things going on, usually attention gets divided,
yeah,
literally.
yeah.
So I try to be as much as possible wherever I am.
May I suggest one thing? Please
Yes,
give
ma'am.
your older daughter a
Hmm.
little more intelligent attention.
Hmm.
Because no matter how much the little one will love the younger one coming in the house, this is where the
Hmm.
patterns of jealousy, of feeling neglected, of feeling lost, of feeling unloved start happening.
Hmm.
Get her
Okay.
equally involved in a lot of things. Plus, when you do things for the little one, if she's around, let her also pretend, sort of actively take part in whatever you're doing. Okay, bring
Yes,
the
ma'am.
milk, hold the bottle, change her diaper, do something,
Hmm.
sit by her side. You're the big didi, but you're also, and tell, express your love a little more to the older one. Right now, the younger one is not in a stage of listening to, I love you, etc. But the
Yes, ma'am.
older one is now going through her hormonal changes because of the entry of another one. And that is attention. So,
Yes.
yeah, so this is really needed because this is when the patterns start forming. That I wanted that milk, but she gave it to the little one. She doesn't love me.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Yes.
wanted to be in her godi, but she took the little one. She doesn't love me.
Hmm.
Even if it means holding one in one hand and telling the other, okay, you also come.
Hmm.
And then after some time, she may start fidgeting and saying, I want to lie down next to you. Fine, lie down, put your head on my lap. So, what happens as a mother, as a provider, as a nurturer, as a carer, as a giver? You are in your own capacity. Don't overcompensate.
Yes, ma'am.
Do that, and that is all part of it. And that attention, whatever it's all divine. This is divine attention too. The little one would need it, definitely.
Yes, yes.
But do not ignore or just think that the older one can handle them, no matter what age. Even if it's a 2-year-old, 5-year-old, 10-year-old, this is my advice to everyone who's going to have a second child.
Yes, ma'am. We are trying to give her as much attention as possible, but she doesn't want to come to us. She prefers only kids. That is her way of currently getting attention and coping. So whenever she comes, I try and give as much
Not only
explicit love
that,
as
not
possible.
only that, sometimes suggest certain things.
Hmm.
Do you want to do this with me for the baby or for otherwise? See,
Hmm.
she keeps herself busy, and you are saying whenever she comes,
Hmm.
no, attract her.
Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
Repeatedly call her. Do you want to do this? Should we do this? So that
Hmm.
the mind gets excited and they may want to participate. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Yes, Ayushi.
Thank you so much for the lovely session, ma'am. I joined in between when the recitation was happening.
Okay.
So I have a question. Though the recitation give me a lot of answers, but I keep on judging myself and keep on overthinking, judging myself, and because of that, I create a space around me which is kind of a negative and judging the other people. Though I keep on doing my R5 and other things, but this again create another pattern which is only in my head or creating another situation. So how I can work on that?
Okay, Ayushi, what level are you doing with us curriculum?
I am on level one.
Right. I understood immediately. So, there are many recitations that I have done which are not posted on the radical pages, but on YouTube separately.
Okay,
Send me a hi with my number. Will someone write my number in the group, whoever knows it? And I will add you to that group.
sure.
YouTube pages, you will find a whole lot of recitations which are there for every angle with explanations. Because now that you've started your radical journey, the one thing that is that whatever vibrations and whatever thoughts, feelings, emotions we hold inside us, we keep attracting the same kind of situations in our life so that we continue to, react accordingly. So you're
Yeah,
holding the, let's say the emotion of judgments inside you. So there will be situations created in your life all the time where you will continue to judge. So magnetically, you will continue to attract those attentions. So for you, it is important to surrender and let go. Forgive yourself for judging yourself and others. So you can do R5 for that. R5, my need to, my tendency to judge myself and others. You can work on that.
sure,
And
sure,
my number is written in the chat. You can just send me a hello. I'll include you in my group. Okay?
sure, sure. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Ramandeep, you have another question?
Ma'am, I just wanted to say, how true it is when you talk to Snigdha about the second one, because I experienced that and my daughter was almost 8 years old. And she just told me sometime back that how ignored she felt when my son was born, which I was like a shock to me. And I see those patterns in her till now, that she seeks a lot of attention. So I just wanted to mention that.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. So you see, this is what happens, when we just allow we think we're doing the best. Of course, there's nothing wrong in it. But awareness will make us, the biggest learning that Radical is telling us has been teaching us for now, and I think most of you have been on this journey for quite some time, that once you start doing things with awareness, your life changes, you see the shifts around you, you see everything else that needs to have a kind of different path or a different journey start happening when you do things with awareness, right? So I think that's a beautiful note to Ayushi, you still have a question or is it the same hand raised? Are you sure?
Oh, that's the same hand raised. I'll lower my hand.
Namandeep, you again? Lowering your hand. Okay.
No, ma'am, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Great. So thank you very much, all of you. It's been wonderful sharing and getting your attention to be here today. So have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you, Sigda. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.